When the moon hits your eye like a big pizza pie, that's amore. That is a song by 1950 singer Dean Martin, and while it is a classic, I will always prefer the sound of my grandfather singing it to me in the car. Today, we are celebrating the life of Jerry Sobczak, who I knew as Papa. I hope I can convey his life achievements, how much I loved him, and how fondly I think of him in remembrance. My Papa was born in 1943. He grew up during the Great Depression, and he had a father who fought in World War II. He grew up the only boy out of 4 sisters with his mom. He really admired his father, my great-grandfather, and that helped shape him into who he became in his later life. During his 20s, he became a successful business entrepreneur and a successful insurance broker. He then went on to marry my grandmother and have 3 children, and later 7 grandchildren, me being the first. Now that you've gotten to know a little bit more about him and about his life, I will be talking about just how much I loved him. His unconditional love for me was riveting. He always made sure that me and my family had a happy and secure life. He bought me my first car, and my second, and my third. And I am just so lucky to have had him as such an imperative part of my childhood and teenage years. Now that you know a little bit more about him and why I loved him so much, I'm going to explain just how fondly I think of him in remembrance. He was a hardworking, generous, and great man overall. He was not only a fantastic grandfather, but a great person to everyone. He always reached out to people who needed it, and he was very helpful in general. Although sometimes he was stubborn, he never turned away someone who was asking for help. He always remembered important dates. He always cried at the sight of my growth and successes. And he always encouraged me to never give up, even through his fatal battle in his last days with cancer. Today, I celebrated the life of Jerry Sobczak, who I knew as Papa. I hope I could convey his life achievements, just how much I loved him, and how fondly I thought of him in remembrance. The unconditional love that I have for him is something that I can take with me throughout the rest of my life without him, and that's amore.